Hey friends, welcome back. Thank you to everybody who has already submitted their warm-up and the opening sequence, the opening and the warm-up, the first 15 minutes of their class. You're already well on your way to completing this. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about the body of your class. I touched on it a little bit in the last video I sent you, where I said, if there's something going on, something globally, something big, it can't be ignored. That energy is in the space. And so I don't think it's really our place to sit down and talk politics in the class. That's my feeling. You're going to teach in your own way and the way that feels right for you. But my feeling is that talk is going on everywhere, and that the yoga space should be this really deep and internal space, and let people come to the truth, their own realizations, their own truth about the matter, and their own place of peace about whatever's going on. Okay. So if there is something big going on, consider that in the creation of your class. Is some heart healing required at this point in time? Is there some, when it was COVID, there was definitely some need for working specifically on anxiety. There was a lot of anxiety in the air. So we had to give extra attention to adrenal glands, nervous system, those elements, the kidneys, all of that. Now, something else that should be a huge part of how you create your class is really, what are you going through? Because the classes that are going to have the biggest impact are going to be the ones that are really tied into what you're going through. Your place of I was going to say place of growth, place of pain, which means that pain point is your biggest opportunity for growth. So whatever pain you're experiencing right now, physical, mental, emotional, is, the way through that pain is the way to your transformation. And there's something interesting that goes on in the communities that you create to yourself, surround yourself with, create. There's something interesting that happens in the dynamic of the community you create, is that you'll find that people that need to process what you're also processing will gravitate towards your work for that period of time. And that's why we journey with certain teachers for a certain period of time, and then we move on to another and to another, because we have different things to learn, different ways that we need to grow. And each teacher can take you a certain way along that journey, and then there's something else that you need to explore, and something else in different modalities, that you can then bring that learning from different modalities into your yoga practice. And then maybe you circle back and go back to somebody that you studied with before, and because that teacher has now changed, and so maybe you're both in a different place together. Anyway, so we go through these interesting journeys as teachers and students together. We travel for a period of time, we drift apart, we come back together. But there is something that we're collectively working on that you might not even be aware of. So my invitation is, go to that pain point, go to that place of discomfort within you, explore what it is inside that you're kind of trying to process, and see if you can use that to create your class. What's the biggest thing happening for you right now? And what is that creating inside you? What are the emotions that you're dealing with? What are the roadblocks you need to overcome? And let's deal with that. Let's create our class with that as a huge part of it. And that's what's going to create a powerful class, because then the class becomes about transformation, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to transform that, transmute that pain, right? To move out of pain, to use it as a great opportunity for growth, instead of staying in that stuck place. Because that is what can happen. We become consumed by our wounds. We talk about them. We worry. We use up our energy, but we stay in worry and we stay stuck. Where here we can actually transmute that pain. We can unlock that energy that's stuck and create huge shifts, huge changes. So if you can do that for yourself, you're going to be able to create transformational classes for others as well. So that's my invitation. This week, we want to work on the body of the class. So the opening portion was 15 minutes. This active portion of the class is going to be 45 minutes. That's how we put our classes together in Kundalini. And then next week, we'll look at the closing. Please submit this week. I'm tempted to give you 2 weeks to do this, but I'm not going to, because what happens is the more we push out the deadline, the more we delay getting it done, or, we'll create a class and then we'll go back and, create another one, trying to create perfection. Whatever you've got down, whatever your starting point is, just refine it a little bit once you get it all down on paper and send it off. Just send it off. Don't spend any more time on this. You've spent a whole year doing this work. Some of you did the accelerated course and spent 6 months doing it, doing lots and lots of self-mastery series classes. You've done so much work already. I know you know how to do this. I know you don't need more time. You just need to set a little deadline for yourself. And my request is to submit the class to me in 1 week's time. So I look forward to seeing it. And remember, if it doesn't look right, if the flow is just off, if we're concerned about anything, we're going to send it back to you with suggestions, with notes, maybe, create a call and talk about what isn't working here. But I know that's not the case because, look, you guys know each other now. This is a really dedicated community. This is a compassionate, caring community. I know that when you put something down on paper, that already a lot of thought has gone into it. So let's not overthink it. You've already thought a lot about this. Now let's just get it down on paper. And to do that, get on your mat, practice the warm-up sequence that you sent to me already, the one you sent last week, and then allow yourself to move into that flow and just see where Spirit takes you. Because there are lots of ways to teach. And if you stay just up here, if you try to figure it all out in advance, it's going to be very different from allowing yourself to be led from a deep, deep place inside. So I look forward to seeing this first draft of your class, and we're almost done. That'll be our first class done by the end of next week. Thank you for being here.